Good morning, BBE family. Um, this was unannounced just because I feel like, number one, it's just on my heart, and I feel like one of you guys needs to hear it. And so I wanted to kind of talk about, we talked about this yesterday. There was a question. It's like, I'm overwhelmed. I'm stressed out. My business is taking over my life. Like, how do you do it all? How do you balance all the things? And this is something that I have screwed up for years, but have made it like an intentional practice to make sure that I don't get that way anymore. And I don't, walk so far to the edge of the cliff that I want to jump off, because that's where a lot of you can get, especially like when you're building something and you're passionate about something, but it's a lot of hard work and it takes a lot of time. Anyway, so I want to talk about that today, just for a brief minute before I dig in to my quiet time. But before I do, if you're welcome, if you're new, welcome. We have new photographers joining every single day, which is always really, really exciting to meet new people from all around the world. I love seeing that. I love getting to know you guys. If you're watching the replay, just hashtag replay. So again, I can see your name. I can see who's here. I can see who participates and who watches. If you're watching live, say hello. Especially you guys watching live, because I know, if you're, giving me a slice of your day, I want to see you and I want to give you a shout out and say, hey. So again, if you're watching live, say hello, tell us where you're from, especially if you're brand new. Introduce yourself. And if you are a new photographer and you're wanting to learn photography, I want you to download my free class. Sign up for the free class. You can get the lesson. It's less than an hour. And it teaches you the 5 essential things you need to start. Like, what do you need? What gear you need? Like, what, lens do you need? Like, what kind, like all the things. What do you need? 5 essential things, not just crap, like the essentials. I teach you manual mode. So I basically teach you, how to turn it off of auto and onto manual, totally for free. And then I teach you the one type of light you need to shoot in to get professional looking images. So you don't just like show up on location ready to shoot in manual mode with the gear that you have and all the things that you've learned from the class. And like, you're like, well, where do I shoot? What kind of light do I shoot in? I teach you the one type of light you need to shoot in, how to look for it and how to shoot in it. So that by the end of the class, if you implement what you learned, you can start taking pictures professionally. And so that's a free class for you. I can link that as soon as I get off of here. But definitely hop into that class if you're brand new and you're not in any of the courses and you just want to start. Jump into the free beginner class. Okay, let's see who's here. Haley Davis is here. Haley's always here. I love you, girl. Kamie's here. Megan's here. Alicia, I miss you so much. Amanda Brand's here. All my mastermind girls are here. Desiree's here, editing away today. Photography life, right? Chrissy's here. I'm from the Boot, which Alicia's from the Boot, meaning Louisiana. We're like the boot of the country. Melanie's here. Megan, Davis. Hey, Davis. Y'all, I miss my mastermind girls so much. Mackenzie, Sarah, literally like all my mastermind girls from 2020 and 2021 are here, and I just love you guys and I miss you. Kayla's here. Hey, friend. Okay, I'm done. If you're watching the replay, sorry about that. Okay, so again, if you're brand new, welcome. Introduce yourself. Say hello. Hey, good morning, Vanessa. I miss you, Alicia. And if you want to learn photography totally for free, check out the free beginner photography class. I'll link it here. I'm in the comments and in the description. Okay, so something I wanted to talk about. Number one, sorry that I look like this. I just haven't showered yet from my workout, and I'm digging into something like my quote unquote mid-morning routine, as I call it. And something I wanted to speak on, because I feel like I have been there. I have failed at this, and I think a lot of you guys are there too. Where you literally eat, breathe, and sleep photography, learning photography, YouTubing photography, doing your academy courses, doing, your membership stuff, like actually working in your business, like scheduling clients and editing and dealing with crazy clients. And, you're like, but I want to grow my business. So it's like, how do I raise my price? Like how, and then, you're like, I know I can get better. And so like, you spend more money, and you're just like, you're at a point where you're like, I don't have enough time to do everything. I'm also a mom. I work a 9-to-5 job. I'm in college. Like, I'm in school. I have all these things going on. I have special needs kids. I have a husband who is nagging me about me spending money and not spending time with him. And, in the midst of it all, like, I haven't been to church in a year. Like, my kids' clothes are outgrown. I need to go shopping, get the kids' clothes. Like, they've been eating Pop-Tarts for breakfast every morning. I feel like a bad mom. Does anybody else like feel this on any level? It's like you are trying to stay healthy, like keep your kids away from the COVID. Like you're, like trying to like keep relationships with your friends, and your friends are like, where have you been, Brittany? Like, and I'm like, oh, I've been trying to grow this business. And then like, no one understands you. Like, you're passionate about this. You have felt called to this. Like, that like the Lord has placed this opportunity in your life, and he has gifted this to you. And all of a sudden it went from you being excited about something, you're passionate about something, to, why am I doing this? Am I even good at this? I had so much less stress before this. My kids liked me before this. I had a better relationship with my husband before this. Like, I was actually at peace with like my relationship with Jesus before this, because photography and your passion pursuit has like just overcome your life. And it's a good thing. You feel called to it. You're serving people. You're loving people. You're ministering to people with your camera. Like, you are doing what God's called you to do, but in the meantime, everything else is burning down. Everything else is suffering. You haven't taken care of yourself in months. You haven't like seen the outdoors in months because you're just in front of your computer screen. Does anyone else feel this? Y'all tell me if I'm just making this up or if this is just me. You haven't been outside. You haven't gotten in the Word. Like, you haven't spent quality time with your kids. You're with them all the time, but you haven't spent quality time. You have no idea who their friends are. You have no idea what they're learning in school because you're just so consumed with growing your photography business. And then you're like, you come to this point where you either get sick and can't go anymore. You physically get sick and can't go anymore. Something crazy happens in your family. You get a wake-up call, whatever that might be. And then you have to make a decision. You're like, do I continue doing this? Like, I thought this was what God wanted for my life. Do I continue doing this? Or was this just all like something that I thought I wanted to do? What's going on? And so what I call this the crazy cycle. I call this the crazy cycle, which your priorities are out of whack. And this is something that we're kind of talking about in BB coaching in our membership group, because it's not just new photographers who deal with this. It's not experienced photographers who deal with this. It's literally all of us. And if we allow the crazy cycle to continue, what's going to happen? Your marriage is going to have tension in it. You're going to miss your kids growing up. You're going to fall behind at school. You're going to fall behind at work. You're going to start seeing photography. You're going to start feeling bitter about the thing that you were once passionate about. Anyone else feel me here? You prayed for this. You asked for this. You were like, man, if I could just get 100 followers on Instagram, if I could just get someone to book me at $1,000 wedding package, if I could just get my mini sessions booked out, and then guess what? It happened. And here we are, miserable. God has literally given you a gift saying, this is what you wanted. Here it is. Let me bless you financially. Let me give you some confidence. Here's some more bookings. Here's some more people to serve. Here's some more people to love. Here's some more money in your account. But inside, you're like, what the hell am I doing? So how do you get out of the crazy cycle? What do I do? This is what you do. You reevaluate where you're spending your time. You reevaluate your priorities in life. If photography is your top priority, meaning you love it above God, you love it above your husband, you love it above your kids, you love it above everything else, by all means, keep doing what you're doing. If photography is number one in your life, above your health, by all means, keep doing what you're doing, because that's what you're doing. It's not what we want to do, but it's what we're doing. So how do we get off the crazy cycle? Number one, we have to figure out what is truly our number one. And that's going to look different from a lot of you. I know there's a lot of faith-based people in here. There's a lot of Christians in here. And I love you for it. And I feel like that's why you are in here and why you were attracted to me to begin with. And so I'm going to speak to you for just a hot second. If your relationship with your Creator is number one, why the heck are you not spending any time with your Creator? I am guilty of this, you guys. When we are, as Christians, do not spend time with our Creator, everything else suffers. He's not punishing us. That's not what's happening here. What's happening here is if you don't spend time with your love, with your first love, with the cornerstone of who you are as a human, if you don't spend time in worship, in prayer, reading about who Jesus is, reading about his promises that he has for you, reading about like what is coming, if you don't spend time doing that, everything else that's underneath him falls apart. What's number two in your life? It should be you and your health. And I know a lot of you 9-to-5 workers and mamas in here, yourself is at the bottom. Like, God never called us to put ourselves below everything. He called us to be humble and serve. But if you don't take care of yourself, the body God has gifted you with, you are worthless to anything or any calling God has for you in your life. You cannot serve your clients if you are not well. You cannot love your husband and give him his needs and desires if you are not well. You cannot be a good mother if you are not well. So why are we not taking care of our bodies? Why are we not fueling and taking care of the temple that the Holy Spirit lives in? Like, why aren't we doing it? Oh, because I just don't have time. I have clients, I have kids, I have work, I have all this stuff. You are worthless to any of that if you are unhealthy and unwell. And so here's the deal. I just talked about those things, your faith, your relationship with the Lord, and you and your health. Like, I'm just talking about those two things today. We can talk about your marriage. We can talk about your kids. We can talk about your work schedule. We can talk about that in a different live, or if you're in the coaching group, I can talk about that tomorrow when we do our coaching call. But let's just talk about those two things really quickly. If as humans, we want to take care of ourselves, if as believers, or even if you're not a believer and you want to meditate, or you need to you have a spiritual, you have a soul that you need to take care of. Okay? What are you doing daily, weekly, monthly to make sure that those two things are a priority and are well? And there's two things that I do on the daily that I have implemented over my health, after my health scare, when I really, like, I went through a month where I was like, I have to recheck myself. I have to reset myself because I cannot continue this way. And I can't do God's will and God's calling on my life if I don't change something right now. And so this is super fresh for me. And that's why I'm trying to help you guys, because I know I'm not the only one in here doing this. So the things that I have implemented over the last 2 months that has literally changed everything for me, it's 2 very, very simple things. Number 1, it's taking care of my body by moving it just 20 to 30 minutes. I go for a walk up and down my street. I do a little beach body workout, whatever I feel like doing. I might dance with Sean T. I might do jumping jacks with Sean T. I'm doing something with Sean T because he's just my person. And then I drink this thing. It's a protein shake. Why? Because I need to take care of my body. I need to get well. This is not like a beach body like ad or like anything. I'm just telling you what I do, okay? So that's first thing. I drop off the kids at school. I take care of my body. First thing. Second thing I do, I wash my face, I put on some deodorant, and I open up my 2021 journal. If you're in the coaching group, you know what this is. In the BB coaching membership, I teach them to have one journal each year. And in this journal, it's just, y'all, it's literally, I got it from Walgreens. Shout out Walgreens. That's my happy place. In this journal, I begin with just writing what I'm feeling right now. What am I feeling this morning? What's going on in my life? Like, I'm not like, dear diary, this. No, I literally will just like write stressed the hell out. Like, I will write, I feel X, Y, and Z. I'm not good enough. I'm tired. I literally will write out what's going on. Some days it's like that. Some days I'm like, just thank you, God, for giving me the breath in my lungs. Like, thank you. I feel good today. Like, I just write whatever is coming to me. Whatever that is, I just write it out. I get what's in here out so that this doesn't turn into anxiety. If we can shine a light on the crap that we're dealing with, on what we're facing, on what's going on in our life, on how we're feeling, in what's in our heart and what's in our mind, and we're honest ourselves, like, anxiety doesn't have hold on us anymore. We just need to throw it up on paper and get it out. And once it's out, what I do is I will circle a couple words that stand out to me, whether it's like stressed, thankfulness, like whatever it is. And then, y'all, this is very important. So if you're like, what do I do? How do I do? I go to the app Bible.com, and I search the word stressed. I search the word thankfulness. I search whatever that word is, and I will read God's truth and what he has to say about what I'm dealing with this exact moment in my life. And I will study on that. I will cross-reference the scripture with that. It's that simple. I am not one of those people who's going to open this thing up and start with Genesis 1:1, because that is not how God speaks to me. I'm going to get fulfilled, and I'm going to learn, and I'm going to grow with the season that I'm in right now and what God has to say about it. And then from there, and this lasts, y'all, maybe 20 minutes. From there, I'll pray, I'll worship, I'll just sit, and I'll just sit on these promises and what God has to say about what I'm dealing with right now, today, right this second, because y'all, every single day, it changes so quickly. There's one day where I'm like, y'all, I'm the best photographer ever. Everything is good. Everything is great. And then the next day I can have somebody say something crappy to me. I can have, somebody upset, or like, you suck, or like, your courses are the worst, or like, I can't, y'all, I've literally had people on the internet tell me to go eat Tide Pods and die. Like, one little thing. And it's just like, whoo, like I'm done. And so then I feel very, very different the next day, which is why I feel like God brings us through seasons, and why he is saying, like, come to me as you are, wherever you are, and let me take care of you. Rest in me and let me take care of you. So that's what I do. I fuel my body. I work out a little bit. It's nothing crazy. Like, I just move until I'm tired. And then I sit here. This is my little happy place. It's on my porch. If it's too hot or whatever, I'll go sit in my dining table and I will just write, journal, just write out whatever's going on. I will literally search thebible.com to see what scripture and what God has to say about what I'm dealing with right then and there. And then I just pray and I just like ask God to give me wisdom, peace, strength, like whatever it is that I'm dealing with. And that's how I start my day before I open up my laptop, before I start scrolling the gram, before I do anything. Most of the times before I get on live with y'all. Why? Because if I'm unwell and I'm not right with the cornerstone of my life and I don't feel fulfilled in that area, I cannot serve you. I cannot teach you. I cannot help you, which is like literally my entire business is helping you grow your business, create a life you love, be a professional photographer, and enjoy it in the process. That's what I do. That's literally what me and my husband have like laid our lives down to do as our business. I can't do that for you if I'm unwell, and you can't serve your clients. You can't show up to sessions. You can't love and serve. You can't give feedback. You can't give advice on outfits. You can't like be the hype girl that your seniors need you to be. You can't be the hype girl that your couples need you to be. You can't give the patience that your families need you to be at the sessions if you are unwell and you're too stressed out and you're too overwhelmed and you are just like unhealthy inside. So those are just the first two things that I want to talk about today, and that's all I'm going to say, and that is you taking care of yourself. And this is not intensely. This is consistently. You can't work out for 4 hours on Monday and then like just screw the rest of the week and like be well. No, just do a little bit every day. And then you're like, okay, well, Brittany, I don't have time. I don't have time. Here's the cool thing about the Lord, the creator of like the universe and how like the earth spins and all the things. Here's what's really, really cool about him. His time is not like our real life time. His economy is not like our real life economy. Like when we give our time and energy and effort and we give it to God, he expands our time. He offers more opportunity for time. That's how this works. It is supernatural and it is the Lord, and that's why we love him. Because again, his time, his world, the way that he does life is not the way that we do it. His economy is not like our economy. And why I say that is like when we like give our money to him, when we like bless other people with our money, this is called tithing in the Christian world. Somehow we are well taken care of financially that month. Somehow we are given a really, really big refund check in the mail. Somehow that hospital bill is just taken care of. Somehow somebody pays for our Starbucks in the line in front of us. Like the way that he works is not the way that humans work. And so when you give time to him, he expands the time that you need for your life and business. So that is just all I'm going to say about that. You just have to trust him. Don't trust me when I say this. Chew it yourself and try it yourself. You know, I am just sharing with you what it's like 5 years in, and a lot of you are 5 minutes in, some of you are 5 days in, some of you are 5 months in. It's the same. And if we don't tweak it now, if you don't tweak it now, you're going to quit before God can use you. You're going to jump off the cliff before God shows you the land and like the place that he wants you to go and the people who he wants you to serve. Like I see our photography business as a ministry. It really, really is. We are being placed in front of people we wouldn't normally be placed in front of. And you don't have to share your faith, and you don't have to share anything with them. You just have to show light and love and serve them the best possible way that you can. But you can't do that if you're unwell. You can't do that if you don't feel good. You can't do that if you feel separate from your creator. So, if you're brand new to BBE, welcome, friends. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm going to go back and read these comments in just a second. I just didn't want to get sidetracked because I still need to do my devotional, because again, I have 1 million things to do today. But I know God will expand my time. He will give me opportunity, and it's just going to get done. It's just going to get done. Welcome if you're brand new. If you are wanting to be a photographer and you have no idea what to do, go ahead and click the link to join our free beginner class. It's like a photography 101 class. It's totally free, not to be confused with the photography 101 course. It's a free beginner class. And if you're not in BB coaching and you need more of this, and you need more coaching, and you need more guidance, and you need more coaching calls, and you need more of this, join us in BB coaching. It's $20, y'all. It's like less than your last Chick-fil-A meal that you had that was easily eaten and put in the toilet a couple hours later. Like, BB coaching is here for you. The community is amazing. I'm here for you. It's $20 a month to get not just weekly coaching from me and my other amazing bonus coaches, but lessons, mini courses, trainings, a full content library to teach you all things. I mean, it's incredible what we've built over the last year, and I want you to be a part of it. There's 550 other photographers inside. Just join us. If you hate it, quit. But I'll be in there tomorrow. So if you're in our membership, if you're in BB coaching, I'll see you tomorrow. We're doing a coaching call very, very similar to this. I'm going to dive a little bit deeper. So if this was what you love, join us in BB coaching. And if you're in the academy, I'll also see you tomorrow for our weekly live Q&A call. So I love you guys. Thanks for giving me a sliver of your day today. Now what I want you to do, your action steps, I want you to go look at your planner and see what you can take away, see what you can quit, see what you can stop doing, see what you can get off of, whether that's deleting Instagram, whether, that's getting off of watching the news in the morning and instead like taking a walk or doing a quick workout on YouTube or like dancing with your kids. And then basically you're replacing the crap with the good. Take off the news, take off the Netflix, take that off and move your body, drink your protein shakes, stop eating sugar, and start journaling, get in the word and see what happens. So, is BB coaching different from what PhotoFlix was? It's the same. We rebranded it. So it's no longer PhotoFlix. It's BB coaching, which is more coaching. But all the content from PhotoFlix is still there. The video training library and all the downloads and everything is still there. Okay. Love you guys. I'm getting off. I'll talk to you soon.